This classic episode of the Electric Playground is brought to you by PNP Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support Electric Playground. Remember, this episode first aired in 1998.
Yeah, hey, this week we're going to be on the Electronic Playground looking at Tekken 3, Hi-Ya! Also Net Fighter, and we're going to be visiting Playmates.
Most anticipated games of this year is Tekken 3 for the Sony PlayStation. I'll tell you what, it's even cooler than the arcade version. You can believe that. I'm here at Namco with Jin Kazama and Brian Schorr, one of the producers from the most anticipated games in 1998, Tekken 3 on the PlayStation.
Round one.
We projected an estimated 4 million units.
4 million units?
Worldwide for Tekken 3. And it will have the largest initial shipment of any game.
Really? Even bigger than Final Fantasy VII?
Bigger than Final Fantasy VII.
I understand that there's a couple of different endings for the American version of Tekken as opposed to the Japanese version.
No comment.
No comment. No comment.
Round two. Fight.
Well, the biggest rumor out there was that Tekken 3 was going to have some kind of hardware acceleration.
Namco has been able to pull off some real technical feats with this product, and it's amazing.
Well, technically, how?
A lot of hard work.
A lot of hard work. That's very technical. How many new characters?
A lot.
A lot. That's very specific. Thank you for sharing that. How do you like your steak?
Cooked.
Cooked. Great. Look, hey, Brian, if you can't answer any of the questions, I'm just going to ask somebody who will answer them for me, Mr. Jin Kazama. Now, Jin, give me another secret hidden character in the game.
To reveal Dr. Boskanovich, you must play Tekken Force Mode all the way to the end.
Okay. I'll tell you what you want to know.
All right. Now.
It has better graphics in a lot of ways in the arcade game. We were able to pull some new tricks, and we have extra modes in this version.
The game was originally done over in Japan.
That's right.
Okay. What was involved in taking the Japanese version and bringing it to America?
Well, a lot of what we do is we translate the Japanese into English, obviously, so everyone can read it. We also make sure that it matches the American market's tastes.
I'm noticing this great Tekken 3 shirt. Can we expect these in stores anytime soon?
No, those were exclusive for our launch party.
Well, is there any promotions you can hook me up with now?
Some Jones Soda.
Jones Soda?
Eddie Gordo Strawberry Lime Soda.
Blue Bubblegum Soda.
Jin Kazama Orange Soda. Hihachi Cream Soda. You can buy Jones Soda everywhere, up and down the street, when Tekken 3 hits the stores.
Really? And how many different characters are going to be on the...
I think we have 4 of the characters that are available.
I also understand that there's going to be a secret character possibly on some of the sodas.
No comment.
Tekken. I don't even know what Tekken is. What is Tekken?
It's a Texas burrito, but it's chopped up like sushi style.
I was looking forward to seeing Erik Wahlberg because he's a chump.
I'm here with Erik Wahlberg, the producer of Net Fighter, and he's been doing martial arts stuff for a couple different years. Okay. Tell me about Net Fighter.
We got tons of moves. We got lots of players online right now playing it. I'd advise you to play it right now.
Yeah, how am I doing? Am I doing pretty good here?
Actually,
What did you
I have to say you pretty much suck.
So I hear that you used a lot of real martial artists when you made the game?
Absolutely. We used top tournament competitors. That was a good one. We used fighting champions from the Ultimate Fighting Championship, and all this just to bring realistic martial art action to Heat.net.
Cool. So how am I doing?
Maybe we should practice some more.
So tell me about some of the top players.
Well, online right now we have some really good players. We've been playing the game almost every day. We have a lot of really tough competitors and a lot of people having fun.
So Eric, how could I get Net Fighter?
Well, Tommy, here's what you get. The rest of you can order your free copy from Heat.net. Get in, get it, get it on.
Yeah, you fight pretty good, but let me show you some of my stuff. Your Kung Fu is pretty good, but how high can you jump?
Go for Lee from P&P Games.
This is Past and Present Games.
Oh, hey, boss.
We are pleased with your Winnipeg 199X and insightful short video essays.
Oh, that's great to hear. You know, the Electric Playground is such a weird and unique show. I didn't want to do traditional ads.
That's great. Ha ha ha. Okay, so please make sure we're doing some traditional ads for Season 2. End transmission.
Recently, we got a letter from Johnny Shaw, age 14, of Springfield, Massachusetts. Johnny writes, Dear Tommy T and EP, why aren't there any Playmates on the Electric Playground? It's a good question. And Johnny, we aim to please. How you doing, Carlos?
I'm doing okay, Tommy.
All right. I'm gonna put your hands down, but tell me about the game.
Well, it's a mission-based game. First-person shooter.
Ah, come on. Well, don't worry about it. So tell me more about Adrenix. Multiplayer over the internet, or we got plans for that?
Yeah, we're actually,
hey,
we're looking right now at 16-player multiplayer.
16 player?
That's what we're looking at.
How many different levels or missions are there?
Well, we have 24 missions planned, with most of those being multiplayer missions as well. We have a lot of different areas. We have cities, we have underground caves. My favorite weapon in the game has to be the nuke, because it has a really cool visual effect and it really destroys everything.
Carlos, what'd I say about laying into the chips, man? I don't know what I have to do here.
Hey, are those Twinkies over there?
Twinkies over there? Where? Oh, man. Over here. Hey, Sue, have you seen Carlos anywhere? Yeah. Okay. Are you serious? Get him! Get him! Carlos! Come back! Don't make me have to hurt you now. We are here on the set of MDK PlayStation.
MDK PlayStation, you got it.
Yeah. Vic, didn't we get... Isn't there his Playmates in the building? Didn't we get...
And this is the set.
I'm here with my good friend, Dave Hoffman, producer of MDK PlayStation. So tell me, what does MDK PlayStation have different than MDK for the PC?
Oh, well, I mean, right off the bat, the player is going to notice the reflective mapping technology that we were able to put inside the PlayStation. Secret levels are scattered throughout the PlayStation version, 6 or maybe even some more secret arena. We got booted, man. Okay.
Oh, bummer. Making me run around like this. That's
Here.
Playmates is one of the bigger toy companies in the world, on the whole planet, and now there's Playmates Interactive has been around for what, 2, 3 years?
3 years.
3 years.
3
now.
years.
What's kind of the mission statement, if you will, of Playmates Interactive? What's your goal?
Create great games.
Hold on a second here. This is Tommy. Yeah. Oh, okay. I gotta go. They want to beam me back up to the studio. See you later. We recently got a chance to check out EA's new college basketball game for the PlayStation, March Madness. This happens to be, this is Shaq Shu. Yeah? Shaq Shu! What would you say was the most difficult part of doing this game?
We got so many features and so many things we want to see, and you got to fit it all down.
How many people worked on the project on both PC and PlayStation?
It'll be over 100 by the time we finish.
You use like motion capture technology?
We used the optical motion capture techniques.
When I learned that I had the chance to go come and do this for Electronic Arts, I was really excited. As a computer science major, it was a fun thing to tell some of my computer science friends I got to do. They were a little jealous.
The talent they brought in to do these are the best players in the country.
What does a producer do, especially on a it seems like a huge game like this?
Whatever goes wrong, it's my fault.
Film studios are doing a lot of work with it. They're not doing the amount of takes we do. They'll do 4 or 5 scenes in a film. We're doing 400, 500, 1,000 in some cases for a game.
How does the art in this game differ from all other basketball games?
Well, of course it's better.
Because you're the art director.
It's been a challenge because we're trying to recreate all the Division I basketball teams, so there's lots and lots of source art to get together, all the logos and uniforms.
Very cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks all for having us here. Cheers.
Hey, cheers.
All righty. EA Sports. It's in the
It's in the game.
Don't forget to visit the Electric Playground website and check out our EA feature at www.elecplay.com.
You left it on again, didn't you?
There are games, and then there's Tekken 3.
PlayStation.
What is a Yoshi?
Yoshi's like kind of a little fat dinosaur thing.
Can you tell me who Yoshi is?
A singer? Yoshi sounds to me like food or some kind of
Yoshi's a chicken? Is Yoshi a chicken? See, I didn't know that.
A little creature or a little round man, I'm not exactly sure.
Yoshi's a dinosaur, works for Nintendo.
He's got a desk job, I think.
Yeah.
Can all of you show me the Yoshi tongue?
It's out of the, when he jumps up, he rides on him and...
If you like eating fruit, you're gonna love Yoshi's Story.
The son of Koopa, Koopa Jr., has stolen the Super Happy Tree, the Tree of Mirth, and all the Yoshis on Yoshi's Island have gotten really depressed.
Is it a complete departure from Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo, or?
Actually, it's real similar. You still have the 2D aspect of it, side-scrolling left to right, but you have 3D backgrounds to it, kind of la the Donkey Kong series.
It's a Miyamoto game, so immediately that should tell you the caliber of game it is. When it's a Miyamoto game, it's a gold standard game.
It's going to be a 2D game. What was the decision behind that?
なんで 2D にしたわけですか？僕ら 2.5D って呼んでて、きっと新しい感じの 2D のゲームを出します。 Actually, we are calling it not 2D but 2.5D.
There's more areas in each level, and there's 24 levels total. So you're going to have to go back and play the game 4 different times, get 4 different endings, plus some of the hidden secrets in there for the hidden letters that spell something out in the game.
You have to take the baby Yoshi all the way to Koopa Jr.'s castle to get the Tree of Mirth back.
How is it different in America as compared to Japan? How are games
アメ
treated
リカと
different?
日本ではゲームはやっぱり違うわけでしょうかね。僕は When I'm making video games, I'm not making in terms of the difference between American or Japanese people at all. There may be some difference, but when I'm making video games, I'm not thinking about any difference.
Any age group can play it. A kid can go through the game who's 5 years old and win every stage just by completing a certain goal, like eating 30 pieces of fruit.
You grab 30 fruit, boom, that level's done, you're on to the next one.
How long in terms of gameplay hours was Yoshi's Story?
If you went through every level, so beat the game 4 times in a row, you're gonna probably do that 10 to 15 hours, but to me, that's for a good game player. That'd be something like I would do. You get a lot of cutesy stuff with the little kids talking, little storylines you get with it. The first one had the little baby Mario crying all the time. But play control, I mean, you still got that tongue.
The game took a little bit of flack in the game press because it's a bit easy. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I don't think that it's a problem to put out games that professional game players think are a little bit easy, because that's right on target.
It's rated E for everyone to play.
We want games that the whole family can enjoy.
Sure, you could probably go through the 6 chapters and beat the game, but did you get everything out of the game you're supposed to?
The whole goal is to make your Yoshi as happy as possible.
Yoshi is the dinosaur in Mario 64. Nintendo, I think. The dinosaur.
This is Tommy T, and we're here with Tyrone from Tips and Tricks, and he's going to teach you some tactics on the latest titles.
This week's tip is for Sega's own Ultra Hot F1 Simulator, Indy 500. Select the pace car, hold the start button and brake pad until the game starts. If done correctly, you'll have the pace car. Good luck!
Hey, it's time for the Tekken 3 Move of the Week. This week we've got Nina Williams' awesome 10-hit combo. Now pay attention, it's going to go fast. Left punch, right punch, left punch, right kick, left kick, right punch. Oh, you better just tape it.
Coming up next, reviews from The Rock.
Lock it down!
Uh-oh.
Guys like me don't get much respect. I mean, I hit big, but there's no D-order commercial. I make huge plays. I'm not even in a cereal box. But man, I could care less.
Triple Play 99. You've never seen baseball like this. Whoa. EA Sports, it's in the game.
Lee here with a few reasons why you should be shopping at P&P Games. The selection, everything from retro favorites to contemporary hits. The shipping, free on orders of $65 Canadian or more within Canada and the USA, and we also ship overseas. The stickers, when you spend $65 or more, you get a limited edition sticker based on our silly nonsense. Locals can check out our retail stores in Winnipeg, but for everyone else, we're at pnpgamesonline.com. Support us as we support the Electric Playground Classic. Play forever. Now that's a good sticker.
Lock it down!
How do you get me into these things, man?
I probably shouldn't have stole the schematics for the 64DD drive, huh?
Yeah, I'd sell them to Sega.
Speaking of Sega,
Yeah.
Winter Heat.
Great game.
Well, now here's a game that I think could have been a lot more. It kind of felt a little short.
You didn't like it?
I liked it, but I think it could have been a lot better. What'd you think of the graphics?
I thought they were really great. It was sharp and crisp, but even better than that were these awesome camera angles. The camera's flipping and flying all over the place.
I love when you hit off the high jump and it swings around you. And the camera angles are they were well thought out.
Yes.
You know? What wasn't well thought out though was the way that the actual control and interface. They had it set up pretty much where it was one button. So to get maximum power, you could just go like this.
Yeah.
It's like, not very challenging a game.
The slalom race where you're knocking down the flags and stuff like that.
What was that all about?
All you're doing,
I couldn't even...
All you're doing is the speed, and then you press the B button, I think, and you knock the flag down, and that's it. You have no control over where your character is going. And I agree with you on that stuff. But there's 11 events. The snowboarding is really cool. The bobsled is totally fun. The aerial ski jumps are a blast.
Aerial ski jump's another one I couldn't figure out.
Oh, it was easy, man. You just got to time. You got to time the extension. You got to time the angle, and you time the lands. Yeah, you fell on your face. I'd give Winter Heat about an 8 out of 10.
No,
what would you give it?
I thought it was fun to play, but it could have been easily improved. 6.5.
What would you give Battlezone for the PC?
Okay, now Battlezone, what I loved about this game is the variety. Of course, the graphics are great and the sound is great. It's all amazing. But what's really phenomenal about it is I like all the variety in the missions. You know, it's not just doing the same thing, doing and killing a thing. I mean, the game is a lot like Uprising, but I thought it was a lot better than Uprising. I liked it a lot better.
Tommy and I checked out this game at the same time, and he can attest. When I sat down and plugged into this thing, I was screaming. I couldn't believe how cool this thing was. The environments are fantastic. The weapons and the tanks are amazing.
The weapons are great. All the variety of weapons.
There's like 25 different weapons. They're all cool. You've got massive explosions. You've got like the thumper, which shakes the whole ground, and people get all earthquake inside. It's totally cool.
I'll tell you what was great. My favorite part is when you like blow out of the tank and you're like floating down and you can like nail guys.
You go right into the target, and you're shooting around like this, and you can pinpoint the other pilot of another tank, blow him out of there, and then run over and grab his tank, and get back into battle. Unbelievable. One of the most immersive games I've ever played.
What'd you give it?
I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Activision killed with this game.
Perfect game.
It's unreal, man. Loved it.
I didn't think it was the perfect game ever of all time, so I'm going to stick in at about 9.
What would you give Judge Dredd, also from Activision, for the PlayStation?
Well, Judge Dredd, I think they should have named this Judge Dreadful.
Yeah, really.
Well, no, I tell you what's great about it. What was great about Judge Dredd is that when you're in the game, the graphics and the 3D worlds and the way the video screens, you can see everything, is phenomenal.
Yeah.
The problem, though, is I couldn't tell who were my enemies and who I was and wasn't supposed to shoot.
Yeah,
I kept shooting innocent people because you can't tell the difference.
It's not fully realized, and you don't get that sense of you're actually getting shot. It's not as polished as Virtual Cop or Time Crisis.
Right. Now, what about the acting?
Oh, the acting is awful, man. It flat out sucked. Bad acting.
I'll tell you what else was bad was the sound.
The sound?
The gun. What was that? That was a gun?
The biggest crime with this thing is the gameplay. It's plain and simple. They have great graphics. They look like they really tried to get something cool out there, but they didn't get that tangible sort of you're in danger feel in this game, and it suffers. It's a light gun. Why couldn't I get it right?
You're going down, punk.
It was an okay attempt. I'd give it a 4 out of 10.
My biggest problem was the whole who am I supposed to be shooting? So I shot everyone, of course. And
which is fine for you.
Which is fun to me, so I gave it a 6.
6 out of 10.
Yeah.
All right, that's more than fair. Fighter's Destiny for the Nintendo 64.
Oh, the only redeeming quality about that game was that you get to play a clown.
No, man.
How about that cow? What is up with the cow?
The cow's hilarious. These are hilarious characters. The names are pretty crappy, but the characters are pretty hilarious, and the moves are cool.
Control is awful. The moves are
innovative.
Totally simplistic and ridiculous.
It's a 3D fighting game with some innovation. How often can you say that, man? There is some innovation in the game.
This game was not as good as Toshinden was 3 years ago.
The whole thing with this game is that
Fighter's Destiny sucks.
No,
Fighter's Destiny sucks. I'm not listening to Victor.
It's an in-close fighter. You've got to get in, and you've got to time everything properly. It's a tough game to beat. The single-player game is really difficult. I think you're way off base with this one, man.
It was crap.
It's a fun game, and it's definitely the best Nintendo 64 fighter. I know that's not hard to say because there isn't a whole field of great fighting games out there, but it's the best one. It's definitely an 8 out of 10. You guys have to check it out. If you're a Nintendo 64 owner, check this game out.
8 out of 10.
He's off base.
No
He's
way.
just a Tekken freak, and he can't look beyond it. And that's the bottom line, man. That's the only fighting game you like. You stack everything next to Tekken. This is different than that.
The only reason that you should rent this game is so you can see the cow do this. Whoo, 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 whoo. And that's the only reason. And if you like clowns, like Victor does, then you'll like this game. Awful game. 4.
It's not a 4. It's definitely better than that.
Okay, fine, 4.5, but it's only because I know you must have a thing for like cows and clowns or something.
We gotta go.
Okay, hey, check this out. Look what I got my hands on, huh?
Hey, pizza.
No, not pizza. I'm gonna get us out of here. Make sure you tune in next week. Come on, go.
After editor stuntman. And action.
Production assistance for the Electric Playground is provided by Nintendo of Canada, makers of 1080 Snowboarding. Heat.net, makers of Netfighter. Electronic Arts, makers of Need for Speed 3. Namco, makers of Tekken 3.
This classic episode of The Electric Playground was brought to you by P&P Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support The Electric Playground. Thanks for watching, and play forever.